Good evening, and welcome to another episode of In This Space. I am your host. I'm Apostle Dr. Alicia George, and I'm excited because it's Friday night. And every Friday night, I look forward to coming and sitting in this space with you. So why don't you go ahead and like, share, and support this broadcast tonight? Like it because you want to be here. Come on. Share it because someone else needs to see it, and support it because I welcome it. This evening, I'm drinking water in a bottle. You know, every evening we have to have something to drink, but tonight I'm having water in a bottle. You go grab you something because in this space tonight is going to be absolutely fantastic. I have a guest this evening is someone that is just media. Okay, that's all I'm going to say for now. And when she comes up here, we're going to talk all things media. So go ahead, share this out, grab something to drink, and come in this space because guess what? In this space, your voice belongs here. So let me go ahead and bring up my guest this evening. I am so excited. I have to just calm myself down for a minute before I bring her on the stage. And here she is.
Hello.
Hi, Dr. Tina Ramsay. Good evening.
Hey, how you doing? I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
I am so excited that you said yes to come on this podcast with me tonight. It's always exciting to have guests, but it's super exciting because of who you are. Because you're the one that actually helped me get this podcast right, this show correct. And so when you have a mentor that helps you to do what you want to do and sees your vision and help you bring it to pass, you cannot help but sitting next to her. And tonight I am so grateful. Listen, you know what? I don't do bios, but I do ask my guests to briefly introduce themselves to the audience. Would you do that for me tonight?
I sure will. And you're welcome. I'm just so happy with seeing. I'm so proud of you, first of all, before I get to tell everybody about me, because I know the journey and I'm just seeing how the vision now has been manifested. So it's really beautiful. And I'm loving everything that you're doing right now in this space. So for those of you who do not know who I am Dr. Tina J. Ramsay. I have 3 businesses. I'm the CEO of CTR Media Network, which is a media and podcast distribution platform where we help individuals start podcast shows, and we take podcasts that are already podcasts and turn them into TV shows. And then on the second part of CTR Media Network, say for example, you're a person say, oh, I'm nervous. I can't do like Dr. Alicia and do my own show, but I know I need to position my business and my brand. So we do media placement where we put you in magazines, blogs, podcast shows. We do all the things to help you build that brand awareness, credibility, and influence that you need in order to maximize your impact. That also equates to your income. The second business that I have is CTR Homeschooling, which actually has been around longer than the media side of the business. I've been doing education for over 35 years at this point. And what I specialize in is helping parents homeschool with clarity and confidence, helping people understand the nuances of homeschooling to have that support. And my specialty, because I actually went to school for this, is special needs. And so I always want to be a voice for the voiceless. And I personally have a child that is autistic and have high functional, well, they don't call it that anymore. The new terminology is neurodivergent. The name changed to neurodivergent. And he has dyslexia and other different things that goes on. However, he's that child that truly blessed me to see the world through different lenses and made me slow down and see the unique gifts, skills, and talents that all of these children possess. It's different when you are working in the school and helping other parents with their children, and then now you are a mom living it. You're not reading it, you're living it. Yeah. And so I help parents with that curriculum building, all the different things with homeschooling. The last business that I have is CTR Cares, which is our 501c nonprofit, which is a combination of what we do in media, homeschooling, but also it has the faith part in it, where I'm talking to helping them with God. I write my books, all the different things to bring community together. So we work with other nonprofit organizations, as well as basically helping the community be aware of what's going on, because they don't know about some resources that's available. And then we work with other nonprofits to push their initiative, because most nonprofits don't have media. They don't have all of that. We bring all of our gifts, skills, and talents together, and we use it to make a positive impact in the community and bring them aware of what's available so they can get the support that they need. Even if it's not directly from CTR Cares, it's directly from one of our partners or collaborative partners, so that they can succeed with whatever it is that they do.
Oh, wow. That is a whole lot that you do. So I'm going to go to this place. What is a media strategist? Let's start there. What is a media strategist?
A media strategist is just simply a person who has the ability to see what you don't see. Because when you're working inside of our businesses or podcasts or your author, you see only what you see. It's I would say fresh eyes on what you do, and me being able to understand how media works along with our team. We place you in environments and ecosystems, and the ecosystem is different platforms that will accept and draw close to your type of information to build up that relationship with whatever it is that you're doing, and place you and control the narrative of your brand. Because if you don't control it, somebody else will.
Will, that's awesome, because that's what I was going to ask you next, to explain to me this ecosystem, because I was trying to understand what is really an ecosystem. So it's taken, go ahead.
So basically an ecosystem, and when we describe CTR as an ecosystem, because it starts with CTR and then it branched out to CTR Media. It has CTR Homeschooling, and then we have CTR Cares, which is our 501c3. And so that is our complete ecosystem, and basically it's our economy. So we have media, we have education, and we have community, and we push our people, sponsors, clients, with whatever they do. We place them up under the tier of our economy that best suits their business, their brand, to give them the best results for whatever it is that they're doing.
That's why you're a media strategist, because you are able to put people in position and in places where they actually function well and where they belong. And as I was looking at all of this, and you started to talking something about being a platform builder, how do you help people to actually build their platforms? Is that what it is, platform builders? Because I know you help me build my platform.
So with CTR Media Network, we are all about not just you paying into our business and being a part of our network, which is going to help you with being affiliated with our brand that has a digital imprint of 3.6 billion people. But we want you to also build your own in the midst of being a part of ours. So use our leverage, but also build your own so that you can have several streams of income and use what we built in order to build what you need to build with yours. So we're simultaneously, you're helping us, we're helping you, and you also have the independence that most content creators lose when they come to a network. They lose their voice, they lose their independence, because they're so consumed with the platform that they're on that they end up getting so caught up that they forget why they even came to get the help from the platform that they're on, because they're so caught up in what that's going on. We don't let you forget about what's going on with you. That is our focal point. Yeah, you're part of CTR Media Network, but the focal point is making sure that you don't lose yourself within the
CTR Network. That's awesome. Hi, Elijah. Thank you for joining us tonight. Mava, hello. Thank you for joining us tonight. We're so excited that you're here. Go ahead and share out this platform so that we can continue this conversation in this space. Because in this space, your voice belongs here. So if there's any of you out there listening tonight and may want to become a guest on this show, just go ahead and DM me and I will be happy to invite you on the show. So let's go a little bit into each platform.
Mhm.
Let's talk about the homeschooling platform a little bit.
Okay.
Tell me, how does that function and operate for you? Because you said that this was even around before CTR network, the media network part. So I know it's important. Let's just go into that a little bit. The homeschooling.
Okay, I'm happy that you asked this because most people first get to know me now in this time from the media side.
Uh-huh.
Okay, because God blessed us with all of this visibility and all that good stuff. But I started in education over 35 years ago because I went to school to be an early childhood development with the second in psychology and sociology, helping the children understand the why, right? And the breakdown of communication. So I eventually became a behavior specialist, which just basically helping understand the behaviors of what's going on with the children, break down the communication with the staff, teachers, student to student, and all that good stuff. So the homeschooling basically started not because I wanted to. God has a sense of humor. I'm going to say that. Okay. Because initially I was raised in the public school system, didn't know anything else but the public school system. When I heard about homeschooling, I felt that it was radical. It was archaic. I mean, why would somebody be that radical? Like the homeschool their children. Ew, like public school is way to go. And then my son got sick. He was what they call medical sensitive. And he's also, back in the day, we called the term was autistic. Now they say neurodivergent. And he stayed in the doctor office 24/7. And my doctor said, have you ever considered homeschooling? And I was like, no, my mom been talking to me about 3 years, talking about homeschooling. I'm not homeschooling. Nope. Don't know what it is. Not going to do it. And then I saw how sick my child got. And, as a mother, even if it's something that you necessarily don't want to do, but if you know it's going to help your child, you do it anyway and you figure it out. So that's what I did. I had a background in education, but I still felt like I wasn't equipped to homeschool. But I got thrust into it out of my love. And then for my son, and then eventually what happened was I realized this whole different world of education and the freeness and the flexibility to be able to grow and learn. And that through homeschooling my son and my daughter, it actually helped me find myself. It is because in the haste of trying to figure out how to train and instruct and build them, I actually start finding out stuff about myself and then start building community. And now we have over 30,000 homeschoolers worldwide. We have a magazine, we have a podcast, TV show. We do events that went viral. Even before people was talking about homeschool because it's popular now. And so that's how it started. And I still do it. It's just that I'm known in two different worlds.
You do it on the down low, don't you?
Yeah, because you don't want to confuse people. So on my profile, I just share about mostly the media. But in this time, God is like, no, the people need the help with the education because a lot of them don't know. And so I help them, I coach them, I consult them, helping them with their children, helping the parents build out lesson plans. I even help schools build out lesson plans, both international and also in the United States. Because I build out curriculums for just about everybody. Like it just depends because I can make a curriculum up because that's a gift that God gave me. And so that's what I do. And I started there 35 years ago. And I still do it to this day. And that's where I was mainly known in the academia world. I transitioned over to media when I realized that it doesn't matter how great your products and services are if no one knows that you exist. And so I start learning about media in order to get out what I was doing so I can help more parents and build community. And then that's how the media side
And it's
actually, I started working for other media companies for years. I was executive producer for TV shows and podcasts for celebrities, as well as people that are influencers, as well as everyday people doing extraordinary things. And then eventually God put me down and said, listen, why you always playing in somebody else's sandbox? I told you to start my network and you not listening. It
come
took me
on
almost
now.
losing my life, dying. It took me almost dying for me to say yes.
Be obedient.
Because I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it because I knew how much it cost and I knew how much time it takes to build media.
Yes.
Because I worked for so many media companies over the years. And because I've been in media over 10 years. And so I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And so I did everything but do my own network until I almost lost my life. I was on my hands and knees and I could just feel like, oh my God, this is my last. I'm not going to be here. And I prayed to God crying. I was like, okay, God, I promise you, if you let me live, I will do whatever you ask me to do, and I won't ask no questions. I promise. And he said, podcast. And I said, oh. And I said, oh. And then he said, and so I said, okay. And then he said, start a network. And I did. And my first go at it, I failed.
Wow.
A whole nother network. I failed. I had a bad partnership.
CTR network.
CTR was not my first media company. It's the second.
It's the second one. See,
I had bad partnerships and everything because I felt like I couldn't do it by myself. And I pulled in all these different people and it wasn't God's plan and lost everything. And after losing everything, losing myself in the process, I came back and said, okay, God, I'm going to do it just the way you said. I'm not altering, switching, manipulating. I'm just doing what you said. And that is what birthed CTR Media Network. And everybody asked me, well, how did y'all grow something? I said, it's God.
Yes.
Because when I stay aligned with his will and what he want me to do, this is his network. I'm just managing it.
But Dr. Tina, the important thing here, and I don't want to just go over this, is that you did not stop. You did not quit. You did not say, I failed. You found a way to say, it's not going to be easy. This thing is rough, but I am going to continue moving through this. So you birthed yet another baby, which is CTR Network, which has grown tremendously since the first time I started to even look at it or be involved with it and see and it is only because you heard God and really was obedient to do what he said. And the most important thing again is that you did not quit. So many of us, when something does not work out the first time, we start to think that we are failure and we run away and we hide and we don't ever try. I applaud you because today you are helping so many other people because of your yes, and you did not quit. So let's piggyback on this before I ask the other question. CARES. Let's talk about cares.org. CARES.
Okay, so CTR cares.org, that is our 501c3 nonprofit organization. Like I said, that is basically the whole umbrella, the heart, the breath, the lungs of what we do in the media and the homeschooling side, because that's where we do our community initiatives. That's where we collaborate. That's where we build community. That's where we do everything in a greater sense, because it's all about the people. It's about the nonprofit organizations, amplifying them because they need media. Most of the time they can't afford it or it's not in the budget. And then it's also about scholarship programs, helping the ones who may be a business for profit that just don't have it, and we get these funds, we get different things to help push and elevate. It's all about giving back. giving back, pay it forward. And it's not just one thing with CTR Cares, it's multiple things attached to different initiatives based on what is going on in the need of the community at the time. So if they need food, we going in food. If they need sanitary napkins for young girls, that's the initiative for Africa. If they need whatever it is that's going on, if we're not directly doing it, we connecting with someone who is, to get the thing solved, because it's problem solving. Okay. And it's not just one thing with CTR Cares. It constantly evolves with what's going on with the needs of the community at the time. Like right now, we're collaborating with KBCDC because they are doing an amazing virtual Bible study. We are also collaborating with different people that's in Africa, because girls in Africa need sanitary napkins. And you can do some research on how we take that for granted over here in the United States. We don't even know it's the problem. And they need books. We had an initiative where we raised over 4,000 books that we had shipped over to Africa to start a school, because they was able to get the land, they was able to get the building, but they had no books. They had no supplies. So we went around asking for books and curriculum, public schools all over the place. And we literally shipped over 4,000 books and curriculum to them for absolutely free. Trucks and trucks and stuff. So it's whatever the needs are for the community at the time. And there's other community in the U.S. out of the country too, when we have an outside source that can delegate, to get the stuff from one place to the other.
Yes, that is so important. This morning at 3:00, I was online around the 4th to the 6th of every month. I get up at about 3:00 because I have a ministry in Pakistan that I support. And it's because the children in the morning look forward to getting the word. I minister the word. And this morning they gave them what we call pates. And when he was finished, he said, and he calls me mom. He says, you all are getting this to eat this morning because mom supplied it. And that really, I do it because I love it, but then there's such a big need, such a big need. And so often I don't have any longer, since I am no longer have my church. I don't have the organization like I used to have. So I do different little things that I can do and feel good about doing it, and know that I'm blessing people and don't have to always, say it. I just mentioned it because I wanted you to know it's so important to support, not just here in America. So then my next question to you is, all of this that you are doing, how do you actually keep it all going, and functioning?
The grace of God.
I mean,
the grace of God.
100 people working for you or something.
I don't have 100. I need 100 people. I need 100.
Yeah.
So come on to us to help us get out all this work that we need to do. But so I have a schedule for me, because I do have independent contractors. I do have volunteers. I do have ambassadors and different stuff like that, which I'm expanding. So people, if you want to do something, reach out. But I had to compartmentalize. So on Mondays and Tuesdays, I'm focused on CTR Media Network. On Wednesdays, all of our companies, we have a mandatory day on Wednesdays that none of us, we don't work on Wednesdays. It's all about us focusing on family and God.
Okay.
So we can do a reset. We come back Thursday, Friday, and we work. And Thursday and Friday, it is CTR homeschooling. And if we have something that we're doing with CTR Cares, it rotates. It rotates between those businesses. And every now and then we have some things that we are doing on the weekend, whether it's the homeschooling side or the media side. And if it's something dealing with community based, because they kind of like merge together in some ways because of what we do. So it just depends on that. But we have designated days for each business for me. And then I also have a reset day, which is Wednesdays for mental clarity and to be able to reset, to pull yourself away, to get in God's presence, to stay
Amen.
focused and grounded. And then I come back and the staff come back Thursday and Friday to do what we need to do. So you focus on this business, them 2 days, and you come back on the next 2 days and you focus on the other business. And then we rotate. If we're doing a big initiative with the nonprofit, we switch spots with the homeschool side and move it in. We move it into the home. Yeah,
Yes.
we move it in. So right
Okay.
now the focal point is the homeschooling and the media side. But then when spring comes, that's when we getting a lot of boots on the ground because it's cold now. We shipping stuff out, but like, I'll do cold, you know. So I'll ship some stuff out. So and when it get a little warmer, like we getting ready to go to in March, we're going to be going to another event that is all about focusing on kids. I want to get the name right, so that's why I'm looking down on my phone because I don't want to say it wrong. Wait, where you at? Okay, there she is. It is called Together We Create for Kids. So it's all about us coming together as authors, supporting the kids. So it's a big give back on day 2. The first one is they meet all the different businesses and all of that. And it's all about giving the kids something to do during the summer as well. Not just that, but also helping the parents. Because things are so expensive right now. Making sure they have the things they need, food, clothing, games, all the things that children don't understand cost a lot of money, but they children, they just want to have it because other people have it. And
exactly.
So that's our initiative for the CTR Cares that we're going to be doing in March, but we also bring in pieces of the media, pieces of the homeschooling because it's dealing with children and stuff like that. And that's it when it gets warmer. So we phase it out based upon what is the most important thing that the best word is prioritize.
Yes.
We prioritize. And we keep it all going.
Yes. That's how we have organization and planning within it as well. Hi there. How are you, Pastor Gwen? I see you there. Crystal, thank you for joining us this evening. Listen, this is In This Space, and I am your host. I'm Apostle Dr. Alicia George. And this evening, my guest is Dr. Tina J. Ramsay, who is a media strategist and have a whole lot on her plate, but she manages them very, very well. I want to ask you about this. When I was looking through your page just to get information, one of the things that I noticed was your focus, and in that it said that your clear focus was on authors, family, and communities. Authors, family, and communities. And when I saw that, the first thought that came to mind was she is very well-rounded in what her priorities are and who will benefit from what it is that God has given her to give to the people. And there was one thing that it was called, you are a media authority. So I said, okay, with all of these things going on, tell me a little bit about books that you may have published as an author. I want you to just talk a little bit about families. We just talked a little bit about community under care, so that's okay. But tell me a little bit about your focus as an author and what you do and how you help people as an author.
So basically, every business has books. And so what I do with the media side is some people, they want to do my coaching, but maybe it's not in their budget right now. And so I always make sure that I have a way of a tier system where I'm touchable on 3 different levels. The entry level, which is between $20 to $99. Then I go up because I'm a person like this. Everybody holds value and everybody needs help. And so the books are all about giving people the help that they need. Like I'm coaching them in this book, Visibility is the New Currency. I'm coaching them in the 7 steps to launch their podcast. So I don't want anyone to feel like they're left out. If they want to start the podcast, they can do it by themselves. And the books are less than $20. And we do that intentionally because we notice that if people get everything for free, they usually don't follow through with it. So they got to put a little something in it. Like my dad said, put a little skin in the game for them to really, to do something, right? And so it kind of like walks them through the process of the media, what it takes to do media, how they can do it for themselves, which is more important. If they want more help, they can come to CTR.
Hold up, back up again. Hold on, it's 7, what is it? 7
steps to launching your podcast. Plan, record, publish.
Okay.
Yeah, and this one is the visibility, because most people don't really know what that is. We hear that people say it all the time, but you really don't know what it is. So I'm basically teaching you the CTR Media Network Marketing Media Monetization Strategy in this book. And not only, which is a little bit different, is that I'm teaching you, but I'm also talking to you, because each chapter has a QR code where you scan, and it has an audio where I'm actually talking you through the process and explaining everything to you. And in this book, I'm also not just teaching you, but I'm handing you the structure and the systems that we use in order to build CTR Media Network. And so I'm like, okay, this is what you can do. Cost effective. We go out and test these different products and services so that you don't have to go out there and test them out. And these work whether you are an entry level person that you don't have a lot of tech experience, or if you're very techy, it's super, super easy. And we have worked with people as young as 5 years old with podcasting all the way up to 75. And all of these them. And so we work with all ages, literally helping people be able to create their legacy, their digital imprint with books, media, and all that different stuff like that. Now, the homeschooling side is a combination of curriculum as well as helping caregivers and teaching them about, I'll start with this one first. Like, this is a curriculum. This is an interactive curriculum, 50 states notebooking, where the children are interactive with the book. They scan it. It has a movie in it that explains to them about the particular state. They can draw, they can write, they can sing, all the different things to make it very interactive, to ignite all the different senses that a child need in order to learn. So it don't matter what learning style they have, they'll be able to function and be able to learn with this particular book. Now, this is the emotional age versus chronological age. And this is really my book that is my heart. I've been speaking about emotions for over 35 years. And the importance of tapping into your emotions and addressing them from the academia standpoint of how the schools are structured is to address your chronological age, whatever your birthday is, equates how old you is, and you should be able to do this at this age. But that's not the case. No. You can be mentally, you can be physically 12 years old, but mentally you can be 6 or 7. You can be 6 or 7 years old. And based upon the trauma or not having trauma can determine how you respond. And so I teach on that topic, and you are very knowledgeable on emotions. So I have learned over my years, 35 years, if we learn to control these emotions and get ourselves into check with the emotions, then the healing process can happen.
Yes.
But we're not into emotions. We're doing everything else around the mulberry bush.
Come on. So
if we get those emotions intact and get to the real core of why you do what you do, consistently to you, then that's how you have that, like people say, that radical change, that 365. And so that is what that is. And then I have my devotionals, which is a series called Before You Answer. So we have the first one, Before You Answer, Listen, Think, Pause, Pray, and Wait. Then we have the one about 21 days of stillness. We have the one about the 28 days prolific intercessor journey, and we have this one. Woo, Lord. This one right here. I was on my knees with this one crying because this is the 30-day devotional on handling pressure, waiting well, and walking in God's full reward. Because when pressure, we usually that pressure. And so basically the books is about God setting me down and literally giving me 5 steps before I make decisions because I move too fast. And he said, Tina, before you move, you need to listen first. You need to think, you need to pause, pray, and then you need to wait on me. Because I'll do something good. I'm like, oh, yeah, that sounds good. Let me go ahead and do it.
Yes. I know the feeling.
I realize this ain't good. Because talk to him first. This is all about allowing God to direct your decisions, giving you real life scenarios, giving you 5 scriptures where you can go, because the ain't word is what God say. Bring you back to the word. And it's bite-sized little pieces. It's not overwhelming. It's a little bit a day. You can do it in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And just to reshape your mindset. Your mindset towards God's kingdom, towards his ways of handling, making decisions and relationships with people and all things, which, I'm still working on it.
Yes, I hear you. So where are all of these books available?
Amazon and my website and any place where books are, because
your name.
Some of them, it's all over. But you can go to ctrmedianetwork.com and get them. I have some on ctrhomeschooling.com, but they're all on Amazon.
Under your name?
Dr. Ramsay, or you can do CTR Media Network and you'll see.
Listen, you all need to go and get some of those books, because I'm about to go get 2 when we get off of here, because I am understanding when something is presented to me that I need, I am going to go after where I could get the information. In this space, anything can happen. Anyone can show up. It's up to you to take away the information and use it. Don't just hear it, but put it into action. Okay? So we are going to go and support her, whether it's on her network, website, or at Amazon. Dr. Tina Ramsay with a S-A-Y, not S-E-Y. Okay?
Ooh, thank you.
We're going to go and we're going to support all of that. The last thing I want to talk to you about is your 3 C's. Your 3 C's. I think that those are so important as we're into 2026 and it's already zipping by us. Happy New Year's over. It's time to start to really put the boots on the ground and start to make some decisions that next year at this time, you're not going to be saying the same thing. So the one thing is connect, collaborate, and create impact. Correct? Connect, collaborate, and create impact. The 3 C's. And when I first saw them, I had this vision, Dr. Tina. I saw all these C's connected to each other. That if you start with a connect, you'll understand how to connect that same C to collaboration. And then with those, then it creates the impact. So often we just look at things and we don't really take internally what they're meant to be. So talk to us about the importance of these 3 C's that you have.
The 3 C's is all about what I do. First of all, the initial thing is to connect. So connecting is like how me and Dr. Alicia right now is talking. We connecting on a conversation. And from that connection, we can see, do we have things in common? Do we have some things that we feel the same way? Do I understand her vision on what she's doing? Does she understand my vision? And then from there, we connect. And if it's something that you want to do further with someone, then you go to the next stage, which is collaborate. That's when you collaborate with them, where you're both equally receiving support. Because I don't want you getting into no lopsided collaborations where you're doing all all this stuff, and then the other person is not doing it. No, it is an equal exchange of value. And the value don't have to always be monetary money. It can be time. It can be gifts, skills, and talents. It can be exposure. It can be whatever that is, but it has to equate an equal balance of the scales. The last thing is, once you have identified that and you work through that, and one note, if you are collaborating, write the things down on what is expected in both parties. Because you get so emotional, you're talking about all the different things, and you don't write things down, and people get absent-minded. So write it down like Rebecca said, make it plain so that both of you can stay on track with the collaboration on what you promise, what they promise, and if it's not measuring up properly, then you can address it and get it back on track, or you can decide whether or not you want to do it or part ways amicably. You don't want to be all having all this drama. So that's why you need to write the things down. Okay, yes. The third thing is, if the thing is connected on the right way, everything that you're doing, if you're collaborating, everybody's seeing eye to eye, everybody doing what they're supposed to be doing, then the next thing is that you're going to create. You're going to create something special. You're going to bring your gifts, skills, and talents to the table. They're going to bring theirs, and you can create something that is going to be more than what you do. It's going to bring a lasting impact. It's going to be something that changes lives. It's going to be something that is going to supersede anything that you could do as an individual. Because once you come together, it's going to make it expand greater than anything that you could do alone, because you both on the same page. And so that's how you create that impact, that even when you're no longer here, that what you're doing is still making an impact. Like these summits that you've been doing, the healing summits, Dr. Alicia, I don't even think you really get what you did, because I've been watching and supporting. Like literally those, even when you're no longer here, even when I'm no longer here, what you're doing right now and what I'm doing right now is going to be just like the movies that we watch from actors and actresses that passed away. We know they're no longer here, but we still get entertained, right? We're doing the same thing. And so it's still going to be bringing life, releasing people from bondage, breaking every chain. It's going to still be doing all those things, even when we're no longer here. That is impact. That is impact, because impact is always attached to people, communities, nations, the world, so that we can help make the world a better place by, the gift, skills, and talent that God gave us, and whatever assignment that He has for us on this earth. So that is the 3 C's and why it's so important. If you notice that you're collaborating or working with people, and it is basically something vanity, is all about them or you or whatever the case, that is not a good collaboration. Collaboration should not only be about, it should not be about you. It should be about the greater good.
Yes.
Because it's all about creating the impact. Okay. Yes. And so you have to really pay attention, because you're going to get people that reach out to you for various different things, and you cannot say yes to everything. If you say yes to the wrong thing, you will figure out a little bit later, because it'll start pulling from you in a way that takes you away from what you were supposed to be doing. It start draining you. You start getting sick a lot. You start getting stressed. You start just can't function like you're supposed to function, because you're outside of your call. You're outside of it. And so if you feel like that, then you need to reel it in. Come on, reassessment to be able to get yourself back on track, because we all get misaligned at some point, but God is so good that He'll allow us to be able to have somebody say something, or maybe we see something like, or maybe He tell us like, I didn't know that I was doing that. I repent. I'm sorry. Let me get back on track. And so that's what the 3 C's is all about.
I think they're fabulous. I usually Every time I have a guest, I don't ask them for a bio or anything. I just go and find as much information. I Google stuff or I go on their page and I find out so we can have an interesting conversation, because I don't want to foreknow everything. I want some surprises, and I want to really hear your authentic self when you come on here. And I had absolutely that from you this evening. I'm so grateful for your yes, for your time, and for your support. So, Dr. Tina Ramsay, before we close out this evening in this space, is there anything that you would like to say to anyone?
I want to tell you, anybody that's watching now or in the replay, I want to tell you that this is your time. This is a time, all those visions and gifts and talents that you have, is a time to put them to use. It's time to plant those seeds and let God make it grow. It's time for you to walk through. Don't worry about what somebody said or this person said that or what did not work for you in the past. Focus on what you need to do now. Align yourself with individuals who will help you be able to achieve this, because listen, I did not make it this far by myself. Okay, I have mentors and coaches that help me along the way, and yes, sometimes you have to invest and put some money in to be able to get the proper mentorship and coaching that you need, because you still need real coaches and mentors. You also need to make sure in this time that you have systems, structure. You have to structure. You just cannot be walking around with the vision and have a plan with no systems and no structure. So I want you to get your house in order. Get your house in order. Everything that you've been hoping, wishing, and praying for, it is in the palm of your hands. You just need to manage it and store it the proper way. I'm saying that from experience. Everything that I want, everything that I need, everything that God promised me is right here. I personally have to do my part by storing it and managing it the proper way. And so whatever it is that you've been sitting on, it's the time for you to do it now, because there's some people that will not make the next move without you. You are attached to somebody else. Amen. Somebody else. Aha. Don't minimize your worth and your value, thinking that you're not good enough, thinking that you have nothing to share. Everybody has something to share. Everybody holds value. And so I want you guys just to get out your way this year. Don't get so caught up with what you see going on the news and everything like that, thinking that opportunities are not still here, thinking that it's too late. It's not too late. So go ahead and you want to start that podcast, you want to homeschool, you want whatever it is you want to do, reach on out to Dr. Alicia and myself and get you in some magazines, whatever the case may be, because she got a magazine coming to y'all, FYI.
You are a mess. Yes,
so she can place you in some media too. She can place you in some media too. So reach out to us. Reach out.
I'm telling you. Hi, Caprice. How are you? I see you, Pastor Lisa. Thank you so much for coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here with us this evening in this space with my very special guest, Dr. Tina Ramsay. We want you to know that if she said it very quietly, she is the guru. So if you want to get your talk show or podcast started, make sure that you contact her, inbox her, and maybe she has some specials going on. I don't know. You can check her out and see what's going on. So until next Friday, thank you so much for joining us. And we will be back same time in the same space, because you belong here. Good evening. As my cousin Lorraine always says, have a great day today and a better one tomorrow. God bless you.